We're gathered here today at Friendship Park. It's our typical Sunday. As you can see, there's quite a few people behind me. Friendship Park is the only place along the U.S.-Mexico border where every weekend families can come together and be a family. We have a bi-national communion service where we have a pastor on the U.S. side, and a pastor on the Mexican side to do a communion service. It's a non-denominational service. Everybody is welcome to join us, to come closer to our Creator. Unfortunately, the only way that families can touch, hug, or anything is through the mesh, through their pinky, what we call a pinky kiss that we've established here in Friendship Park. To us, that is not enough. To us, we need to have families have more than just a pinky kiss.
It became known as Friendship Park back in 1971 when then First Lady Pat Nixon came to the area to inaugurate the adjacent park, Borderfield State Park. She came up to the then barbed wire fence and had her Secret Service cut the barbed wire so she could hug people waiting on the Mexican side, and said, I hope there's not a fence here too long. From that point on, it became kind of colloquially known as Friendship Park.
She made a statement that it was her desire that these walls should not exist any longer. And of course, we know that that is not true. Completely the opposite has taken place. People had been able to hug up until about 2008 when the second border wall was erected behind us. Then all contact with families was abolished.
I mean, it's part of the culture here. I mean, it's much different than on the U.S. side. It seems like the majority of the people don't really think of the border in San Diego too often. But on this side, it's just part of life.
Through the efforts of our organization, Friends of Friendship Park, we petitioned, we negotiated with Border Patrol to be able to allow the park to reopen for families to be able to hug, to converse. The next step was to create a conceptual project, which is a fully binational park.
We have an architect on board who's designed a park where there's no walls, and people can come, kind of like there's a park on the border of the United States and Canada, something like that we're shooting for.
Friendship Parks will actually lower the amount of people that are going to try to cross into the United States undocumented. Most of the border crossings that we have from family members are because of the desperation, the anxiety of being torn away from your loved ones. We were not going to launch the campaign until early 2018. However, with the erection of the prototype border walls, we thought this was very significant to push this petition before actual time that we had it planned out. And right now we do have a petition on change.org, where it's a petition to President Trump and President Peña Nieto, instead of building prototype border walls, to build prototype friendship parks, where families like the ones we have behind us can actually be a family, where they can hug, where a mom that hasn't seen her daughter in 20 years, 25 years can actually hug their daughter, be a family, share a meal together. But also very important for us is that we believe that by creating a space where people from the United States and Mexico can come together as a friendship park, this can actually increase the security of our borders. If we're friends, if we're neighbors, and I care for you and you care for me, we're going to keep an eye out for you, and we're going to want to protect each other.
Y esta tierra es de nosotros y no del que tenga más. A desalambrar, que la tierra es nuestra, es tuya y de aquel, de Pedro, María, de Juan y José. A desalambrar, que la tierra es nuestra, es tuya, de aquel, de Pedro, María, de Juan y José. Yo pregunto si en la tierra nunca ha preguntado usted que si las manos son nuestras, es nuestro lo que